Hello, my art viewers. Welcome to my channel, The Art of Inside Impressions. And I'm back with other tutorial, that is skin texture. So, skin texture will form a critical part of art. So, in order to learn that, you need to know the cross-hatching technique and the circular technique. So, cross-hatching technique is what I'm doing now. So, you can see the cross-hatching lines around the nail region. So, in order to do so, I am doing cross-hatching technique, which is crisscross lines and crossing them. So that is easy technique. You can see my previous videos where I show detailed work on cross-hatching technique. So you can try this technique. See, you can observe, see, here we'll have the fine lines covering our nails and the some part of the region. So you need to cover up to here. So this is required to do so. And other thing you need to remember is here we'll have a circular motions, like you can see the clear area in between will have fine lines and other the folding region will have the circular lines. So to get so you should do cross hatching as well as circular motion shading in order to get these fine lines and those circular area. So you need to cover the circular motions all over the finger. So you can use 0.3 mechanical pencil or H or HB pencil and draw fine lines, that is just circular motions all over your finger. So after doing so, you need to blend using brush, that is our magic brush, makeup brush we'll use for blending softly. So you need to use this technique and you need to blend. So do circular motion, so don't do here and there, do just circular motion. So after blending, our region will look like this. So do blend it properly, don't give any patches. If you leave any patches also, there will be no major problem here because we need to cover this area completely using the fine lines and you need to blend. So in that technique, these patches will be covered, so don't worry about the patches, but do grab 0.7 mechanical pencil and draw the lines in the areas where you can see the dark lines, where you will see the light lines. So it should be completely dark and light combination, so you need to know before doing. So from nail to the centermost region, you'll have the fine lines, that will be thin lines, and from the centermost region will have the dark lines. You can see, you can observe your finger directly when you are doing. So your finger will have the darkest region in between. So I'm doing little darker lines. So then again you'll find fine lines below that middlemost region. So you need to compile all this and you need to draw few overlapping lines, few irregular lines. So don't draw straight lines, do give a curve effect where you can see, because hand is holding little BB legs. So here you can see the somewhat curved effect. So to show that curve effect, you need to give the curved lines. So don't draw straight lines because your art will become like plain. So in order to escape from those meaning, you need to do the curved shaped lines. So it is your efforts, so you need to put more efforts in order to make it curved lines. So just put somewhat effort and do so. So you can see I'm drawing the irregular lines. I'm not using any reference image here because these lines will have many curves and many cuttings and many overlaps. So I don't want to use reference image here because you can see your finger. Again, see, you will have many and many thousands and lakhs of fine lines that you can't measure and that you can't count. So do use your own techniques and tricks in order to draw these fine lines, or you can directly see your and observe your finger directly and you can add these lines. So you'll get the initial observations and initial idea of doing so. So in order to make your process easy, I'm doing a line by line, and you can observe this and you can also do here and in this technique only. So it's okay if you don't get these lines exactly, because as I already mentioned, these lines will not have, like, everyone will not have the same equal and same lines on their fingers, so you can draw anyhow. But do remember, the centermost region will be dark and the up and down region will have the light fine lines. So according to that you can add on. So after you are done with the fine lines, we'll see the next process of what we'll do. So there only we'll have the major effect. See, they, from there only we'll get the different look of hand. So you can see my previous fingers, how they are looking like. You can see the fine lines are into the in-depth finger. So in order to get that, so you need to watch this video without skipping it. Now we'll use paper stump in order to blend these lines. So blending these lines is totally different from blending other things. So here I'm blending only the uppermost region of the line. So I'm leaving the down region of the line. See, let me zoom in little bit and you will see how I'm blending, and you should also blend in this way because those lines should go inside. Wait a second. And I open up, you can see clearly what I'm doing and what I'm talking about. So as I said, you need to only blend the upward region and leave the downward region. So if you draw a line, do blend the upside and don't blend below the fine line. So in this way you need to complete your finger and do blend it completely. So if you are really confused, do wait for the next process why I'm doing in this way. So do wait and see, and then you can try. So I will speed up the process here. So here I'm almost done with blending, and now what we'll do, I'll say here is the trick of applying these lines. So wait and see, don't skip it, don't skip it, and don't skip it. For your sake, I'm saying grab your pencil eraser and add the highlights below the fine lines. So again I'll zoom in little bit. I guess now you can see clearly and you can understand completely why I blended only the uppermost region and why I left the below the fine lines without blending. So you can use pencil eraser in this process or kneaded eraser, and you need to turn your kneaded eraser sharp and you can apply directly. So here I don't wanna use kneaded eraser because I love working with pencil eraser only in this process because you can handle properly and you can give the effects. So kneaded eraser will take a little long time because you need to always adjust a tip and then do. So in this process pencil eraser is only better and will give the better results, and you can sharp for twice or thrice in this process, but it is not an issue, it is an easy process. So do use pencil eraser if you have. And after applying the pencil eraser, we'll just blend. So don't apply pressure. See, I'm doing line by line, so you should also do line by line. Don't rub here and there. Lightly, just lightly, you need to get a light gray shade over the highlights. So do apply lightly. So treat your artwork with utmost care. So your artwork is your treasure, right? So do as so. And now again, your fine lines will not be light completely, and you'll also observe the fine lines with dark tones here and there. So corner of the fine lines will be light only, but in center the lines will be little thick. So to give that effect, I'm adding fine lines again here and there. So don't add completely, do add it somewhere you are really want to show the difference. So you can again blend using the magic brush, that is a makeup brush, and you need to blend properly line by line. Don't rub here and there. I'm saying again and again, don't apply much pressure and don't rub here and there. Do it carefully. So you can also observe the finger will have the little lines beside the nails. You can see you'll have the lines white effect, so I'm giving that effect. And I want to say one thing, so this is not a one time process, because you need to get it layer by layer and you need to build layers. So in order to do so, you need to add the lines and you need to blend again. If you see the white highlighter region went down, so you need to bring up again, you need to grab your pencil eraser and you need to add. So this will be your continuous process until you get satisfied. Here satisfaction depends on his or her individual thing, and if you really want to get satisfied output, you need to do it with patience. So here I'm using cross hatching technique. If you see, the below will be the shadow, so there will be no light, so it should be as dark as possible. So I'm using 0.7 mechanical pencil. So I'm habituated to say 0.3, 0.3, 0.3, but it is 0.7 mechanical pencil. And you can also use wooden pencils if you don't have mechanical pencil in this process. So you can use 4B or 5B. So it depends on the shadow how dark it is. So I can use 4B here probably if I use wooden pencil. So I'm adjusting it with 0.7 mechanical pencil only. And you may think one thing, as she will say always, clean your paper stump, clean your paper stump. But now I'm not cleaning my paper stump because I want dark tones. So that's why I'm not cleaning my paper stump. I'm using directly because I want dust in the sense dark dust which is attached to paper stump. So I want to use in this way only. So don't take it wrong, but if you have dark values, you can use paper stump directly because it will not create any patchy effect. If it created also, you can't see it. So I'm using directly. So it's up to you. You can also use earbud if you don't want to use paper stump in this process. There is no issue, but blend it properly. Now we'll see how you need to create the wonderful and realistic nail. So in order to do so, you need to know the normal hatching technique. You can try using cross hatching technique, or I'm using the straight lines, so it is okay. So apply more pressure on the top and leave your pencil below. So below you can see the white area, so I'm first dividing that area from the actual nail. So till that it should be dark and down it should be little light. So you can use 0.3 mechanical pencil and then you will blend using paper stump or magic brush. Here the nail should look fine and soft, so that's why I'm using magic brush only. So after that, on that the value should be dark. So now I'm using paper stump and I'm giving the fine lines. So fine lines in the sense it should not be fine, but here and there lines, the dark effect and light effect, it should be mixed. So in this way you can do. So do add little dark lines in center and towards the corner of the nail, because there will be no light in the corners, so your nail will have the dark tone. So do add the dark corners in this way. So I'm using the fine lines because it should not show the dark effect, so I'm using fine lines using 0.3 only. So if you don't have 0.3, do sharp your H or HP pencil, show the fine tip, and it is done. So now I already said the dark values which you want to add, you can add directly with wooden pencil also. it's okay and it doesn't matter. Don't worry much if you don't have mechanical pencil. Do sharp your normal wooden pencil with a fine tip and you can use it. Is ready for use, so don't worry much. So you can adjust with normal pencils only. No need to buy all this stuff if you are beginner. So if you are a professional artist, it is wrong to say, but you'll have much and many tools with you. So it's okay if you use all tools and you can create. It depends on your passion and it depends on your patience. So passion and patience is really important factor when you are doing any artwork. So adjusting is easy, but the passion will come from inside. So if you have passion, you can create wonders with the minimal tools and you can create the maximum output. So that is like that. But yeah, now we are using soft brush and we are blending, so kneaded eraser will work as pro. So to give the blurry effect and to erase the one layer of graphite, you can use kneaded eraser, and pencil eraser will give the white and white, really white tones, but kneaded eraser will erase only one layer. So to create the blurry effect and to remove the excess graphite from your artwork, you can use kneaded eraser. So every tool will have different importance in your artwork, but before using, one must know where to use and how to use. So before knowing how to use, it will be really funny to use, because it will not give the satisfying output, one thing. And if you do experiments with the tools, with all art tools, you'll get to know where to use and how to use. So this all will come from experiments only, and you need to try. So until you get success, you need to try. And a single nail will form with a different layer of graphite and different types of shading which are involved. So some shading you should give the lightest shading, and some will have the darkest, and corner you need to give the dark effect, and center you'll have the highlights. So it is really a time taking process, and you can enjoy the process because it will give the satisfying output when you combine all the different layers and you get the output. It is really satisfying. So blending stump will work very good when you are blending around the region here. So yeah, and you need to give the few dark values here and there. Don't draw the fine lines completely, but do add here and there, because adding here and there will only give the output very effectively and very interestingly. It will give the realism. So you can see I'm blending the fine lines, the corner of the nails, using blending stump only. I'm not using brush here because I want the all the layers to blend properly and to compile properly in order to show proper layers. So if you find any extra graphite in your artwork, do use kneaded eraser and just press against the artwork, and the extra graphite will be removed from your artwork. This is a tip, so I'll use in that way only. So I'll use that process and I'll show how I'll use also in this artwork only, so do watch it completely. And our next process is to use kneaded eraser. As I already said, I'll be discussing how to use it. So make it a sharp tip using your hands only. Don't sharp it because it is not pencil, it is just a flexible eraser. So use its fine and sharp tip in order to remove the excess graphite from your artwork. So graphite, it is just easy to remove using the this flexible and the super pro eraser, that is kneadable eraser. So again, if you remove extra graphite, so do use your blending stump or magic brush in order to give the values. So in this way only you need to do remaining fingers also. It is really easy process, and this is a pro tip of doing so, and you can achieve the fine lines and you can achieve more if you practice. And I hope you really enjoyed this video, and if you really do so, please do hit a like and subscribe to my channel and tap the bell icon without forgetting. Please do encourage me to do more. So really I'm happy with the audience interaction and the watch time, and you are really encouraging me to do more and more. So I really like you people because you are really motivating me and you are supporting me, and do support in this way only. And thank you so much, and do stay connected and stay safe, stay healthy, and thanks for watching. And these two tools are really very much used in this art, so do subscribe and do watch more. Thank you so much.